Forensic anthropologists are physical anthropologists who specialize in the recovery and identification of human remains that may be forensically significant. Every case worked is treated with respect, and all scenes are treated as crime scenes. When law enforcement contacts a forensic anthropologist for assistance, we like to get involved at the very beginning, the search. Our forensic anthropologist is working with law enforcement personnel using a grid layout and a subsurface probe to search the area for potential signs of disturbance. Subsurface probes are basically sticks used to gently test the soil compactness. If the soil is very compact, it is not likely to have been disturbed in a long time. However, areas of loose soil may be of interest to us. Once a potential burial site has been located, the scene is cordoned off and law enforcement proceeds with their part of the scene recovery. Once they are finished, the forensic anthropologist can begin. The forensic anthropologist must clear the top cover, like branches, leaves, or soil, away until they can find the edges of the burial. Once the edges have been identified, the area needs to be mapped before it is further disturbed. That means lots of measurements and pictures as well. Here, our forensic anthropologist is setting up an initial grid which will be used to map the position of all of the remains within this burial. Now that everything has been documented, we can start our excavation. Forensic anthropologists use trowels and brushes, sometimes even dental picks, to gently remove the soil, one layer at a time. How much is a layer? It's really variable and may depend on the size of the site or the soil itself. Some substrates, like sand, are far easier to remove than things like clay. This stage takes the longest, so we'll speed on through. Once we have located the remains, we want to switch to wooden tools and brushes. They're less likely to leave nicks on the bones. We continue to remove the soil a little at a time until we have completely exposed the skeleton. This is called pedestaling. The remains are carefully pedestaled so we can clearly see where the bones and any artifacts are located. Context is important in any science. After another round of photography and mapping, our skeleton is very carefully lifted from the soil, piece by piece, and placed in a paper bag or box. Paper is a better container than plastic, since bones contain water. Placing them in airtight plastic containers may cause them to mold. We also need to check under the remains to be sure we have found the bottom of the burial site and haven't missed any small items that fell under the body. During our excavation, the soil removed from the site has been set off to the side. That soil will be sieved through, like California gold miners, to make sure we have not missed any important elements. As you can see here, our recovery team has discovered a few items otherwise missed during the excavation. Our forensic anthropologist has completely cleared our burial site. She has checked under our decedent to make sure nothing was missed, sifted through the backfill, mapped and photographed thoroughly, and packaged and labeled everything for further analysis. All that's left is to close the scene. A final round of photographs, and then it's back to the lab to find out who our mystery remains belong to. Learn more about forensic anthropology by contacting Western Oregon University's Criminal Justice Division and WOU's Forensic Anthropology professors.